Welcome. It's time for our Wednesday wisdom. I'm Deborah LeeAnn, and this week, May 13th, is a little bit after Mother's Day, but we're still talking about the mother energy this month. And I would like to share with you something that I'm learning a lot about within myself, and especially as my daughters have grown to be um, to the point where they're getting ready to leave my home or our home. It's so important to see how I have influenced them. And when I say or do things that remind me of my mother and not the really lovely moments of my mother, I do believe that so much of our we are not enough, we are not good enough, we are not doing enough kind of messaging that we hear within ourself has to do with what we heard from our mothers. And they probably heard from their mothers. And we've heard for millennia from our culture. And it's time for each one of us to heal those places within and know they are just stories. They are just a history that has been planned and passed on and perpetuated for so long. We can stop this. And it's time to stop this. This is, as I'm getting ready to go out for a dinner for one of my absolute favorite charities that I've been involved with for close to 20 years that works with families and recovering after abuse. I see this as a form of abuse. It is the same type of conditioning and cycle that needs to be broken so that our children don't mother or parent in the same way moving forward. So I'm here to ask you to join me in listening for when we hear that message, listening for when we hear that voice, when we look in the mirror of, where did that wrinkle come up? And oh, there's some more gray hairs. And oh, you know, whatever the messaging that you hear is the important one. And it's time to say, is that really true? Or is that just something that I learned? Is it true that I really cannot sing? Or is it something that my mother said because she wanted me to be quiet? Is it true that I am not enough, I'm not doing enough, and I'm not good enough at something? Or is it because I have this yearning to get acceptance from my mother? Whatever that may be for you, I invite you to start listening to that voice and having a little session with it. Having a little, just like you would with a friend who said something mean about herself, you would be like, no, that's not true. You're gorgeous. Or look how amazing your body looks right now. Or I'm so proud of what you've accomplished at work these days. Or whatever. We would stand up to them. It's time for us to do it with ourselves. So I'm here to ask you to be aware and let's change it. And even if our kids are grown and gone, or if they're too little to even be thinking about leaving the house, it doesn't matter. How often can we let them know when we hear them saying, oh, I'm just not smart enough. I don't think I can do this. That we can say, is that true? Where are you getting that information from? Maybe once you felt like you couldn't do something right. Well, maybe that's changed. Let's look at it a different way. It's time to model it, live it, act it, and pay it forward. Are you with me? Great. I look forward to our weekly sessions, and I do hope that some of you will continue to connect with me on Facebook. I have a community page now at Lead with Feminine Power. Feel free to join. It's an open group. Someday when it gets to the point where we get into some more confidential stuff, we will close it, and it'll be by invitation only. But at this point in time, come on over, join with me. I look forward to chatting with you further. Take good care.